crazy part. Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
Why do people hate Brendan Schaub?
I honest to God, I have no idea. I mean, the only thing I can come up with, actually, I do know what it is. It's this Reddit group. I mean, this is just bottom line, is like the power that a really big community can have. If the community is, I mean, think about, I don't know how to answer this without bringing kind of the current events into it, but just think about how powerful propaganda is, regardless of which side of anything you're on. If the mainstream media all start saying this, all of a sudden, like the whole world is like, yep. And then when you find out, it's like, wait, that wasn't true. It's like you had every single person believing that. I really think that that all the hate he gets comes from this enormous Reddit group that lives to propagandize things about him that are just in my estimation, not true. Where like I look at it, they take these weird clips of him and they edit them together to make him look bad. Then they'll take like these things that happened and just it's nuts. Like because I am geared towards conspiratorial things when there is a reasonable assumption that conspiracy would exist. There needs to be a reason, like a purpose. And so when there's like a conspiracy that a bunch of people are believing in, I'll go look at it just because I'm like, okay, if anything, I'm just curious why these people believe it, like flat earth, things like that.
Yeah.
And I'll look at it, I'm like, you were swayed by this? I asked you, send me something convincing. This is what you sent me? This is convincing? I'm like, I don't understand. And the Schaub stuff, I have actually had that conversation with multiple people where I'm like, show me something. You just said that he's a, whatever, arrogant, you said all these. I'm like, show it to me. I'm like, you understand? I know him. I've spent hours and hours and hours of time with him. You've watched me talk to him for 6 hours on camera. I've spent 4 times that with him off camera. Like, I know him personally. Why are you arguing with me about his personality? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. You don't know him at all. And they're like, oh, what do you think his comedy's? You think his comedy's good? I'm like, that's not what you said, dude.
Do you think
you called him a bad person? Like, you said he's a bad person. You said he's an arrogant, self-centered narcissist. That's what you said. You didn't say he's a bad comic. We're not talking about his comedy. You said that. So show it to me. And they'll send me these clips from that Reddit group that are like even selectively edited. I'm like, what are you talking about? This demonstrates nothing. Like they sent me this thing where there was one of these things running around that Reddit group about how he injured the dude. Him, like Callan, Schaub, and that dude were all messing around, like grappling or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're like horse playing. They're guys. And he shot it and Schaub kind of like pressed down on his head and sprawled. And afterwards he was like, oh man. And he's like, my neck. And Schaub's like, oh, what? He's like, you're injured. He's like, no. He's like, I've been hurt. I've been going to the chiropractor for this and yada, yada. He literally says in the video that they demonstrate that he says this is an ongoing thing. It's not from what just happened. And they're like, why isn't Schaub paying for his neck surgery?
Look, people like hating on him, right? Basically, that's the story.
They love hating on him.
What if, here's a conspiracy theory for you. How about Brendan Schaub created that Reddit group himself and benefits from it?
Well, that's the thing. That Reddit group used to be the fan page for their podcast. And then it turned into this horrible thing. I can tell you this with unequivocal certainty. There is absolutely no way that Schaub is in any way involved with them, with that, but like in a way where he likes it, that they're hating on him. That's absolutely not the case at all. He doesn't even go online anymore. Like he's very rarely in on social media, whatever, because he just he can't take it emotionally. They're so mean, dude.